look down. Don't look right at the screen. We can't, we've tried, it's just too damn obscene. The singing's live, whose bright idea was that? Probably the guy who gave Javert that hat.
Come on, you guys, it's not that bad per se.
But Russell Crowe,
Okay.
look down, don't look right at the screen. Hush up, you guys, it's Brental Floss's scene.
Tenants of room 24601, your punishment has officially begun. You know what that means, probably something good.
Cut!
What?
Hey, Floss!
Hey!
What you doing?
Well, singing.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's wonderful. I've actually been channeling Russell Crowe by listening to his latest album. And I gotta tell you, he's changing the music world forever.
Yeah, from good to bad.
What?
Quick meeting, everybody.
Oh, me too.
We can't have him in the review.
Do you think I don't know that?
We have to get rid of him. It's like a musical Armageddon.
The movie or the event?
Does it matter?
Hold on. Think I got an idea. Floss, we've been talking and we realized that we would like the role much better if you played it as Dr. Mario.
We would?
Shut up. See how it ties in so much more to your With Lyrics series.
Oh, well, that sounds awesome. I actually have a Dr. Mario costume with me right here.
If only it were that simple. You see, we really want you to get in character, and that require you going to medical school.
Well, how long does that take?
Only a couple days.
It does?
If he does that again, you can shoot him. So go ahead, Floss. Go in there and get your medical degree.
Awesome. That's a great idea. Well, see you guys in a few days.
Oh, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they're liars.
Shall we start this review properly?
Why start now?
A little background.
In 1862, Victor Hugo published his magnum opus, the story of criminal turned saint Jean Valjean, with a title that can be roughly translated as The Miserable Ones, The Dispossessed, or even The Victims. Les Miserables was a worldwide commercial success, though initially a critical failure, with critics taking issue with the novel's many digressions, broad characters, and even, gasp, its revolutionary spirit. Sweeping book sales, in the next century and a half, Les Mis would become multiple film adaptations, a TV miniseries, a radio drama, a fighting game, and a musical, which, well, go ahead, Pa.
The story of the 1832 June Rebellion in Paris was forever transformed in collective consciousness when Claude Michael Schoenberg and company decided that this tale would make a great musical and became known as one of the single greatest musicals of the late 20th century. Then Tom Hooper decided that this should become a blockbuster movie in 2012, and it became known as the single strangest execution of the 21st century, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And seeing how we're all Les Mis fans,
And how it mixes art house techniques.
And musical techniques.
we figured this would be the ideal combo. So let's see how some of the most celebrated music of all time is represented.
Now, prisoner 24601, your time is up and your parole's begun.
Who let the kid going through puberty out of the Glee Club?
And I'm Javert. Do not forget my name.
That's Russell Crowe playing Javert, a guard-turned-inspector who becomes obsessed with a prisoner named Jean Valjean, played by Hugh Jackman.
And what terrible crime did Valjean commit to make him so obsessed? He stole a loaf of bread.
He did what? Inexcusable! In a time of rape and murder, bread stealing will not be tolerated!
Critic, calm down.
Have you ever had French bread?
No.
Then you wouldn't understand.
My sister's child was close to death. We were starving.
You'll starve again.
And yes, it's almost pointless to talk about Russell Crowe's horrible singing, as he's already been the butt of so many jokes.
I'm Yakko. I'm Wacko.
And I'm Javert.
Shoot!
But what way does Russell Crowe's voice rub people the wrong way? Because in many respects, it's actually not as bad as you may think. Hear me out. When you get down to it, He's in tune. He knows how to phrase his melodies, but he's using a different style. He's trained in rock and folk, a subdued, naturalistic style. Musical theater is grand and stylized, and because of that, the nature of the aesthetic makes it easy to spot a faker.
On top of that, Crow likes to use his acting method of, if I act like I don't care, maybe I can trick you to care. But in this film, all the other actors seem to have that pesky mind frame of wanting to emote and convey actual emotion.
Forgive me, sir, I would not dare.
We can't pretend all the actors sing great, especially when compared to the stage versions.
Say what you must, don't leave it there.
But the acting still really pulls through. Like here, while on his parole, Jean Valjean can't find any work because of his past, but a priest played by Colm Wilkinson shows comfort to him.
There is wine here to revive you. There is bread to make you strong.
That's Colm Wilkinson?
Yeah.
It can't be.
Why not?
I can understand him. He usually sounds like Sean Connery if his lips were being stretched by a rice picker.
The cries in the dark but nobody hears. Here where I stand at the turning of the years.
I mean, shouldn't this be more like,
There is wine here to revive you. There is bread to make you strong.
You will leave that man alone. He is a musical treasure.
I will for now, Kyle, but my collection of Colm Wilkinson funny voices will not go untouched. So Valjean gets arrested for stealing silver from the priest, but the priest makes up a lie for Valjean, allowing him to be freed. This hits pretty close for our hero. So close you can practically smell his breath.
My life he claims for God above. Can such things be?
Jesus, guy, take a few steps back. I can see the scenery you've been chewing between your teeth.
Yes, and the wide range of scenery is impressive too. In front of the altar, back to the hall, back to the altar again, back to the hall.
Well, you can't say the pacing in this movie is bad.
No, it only works if I do it.
Under the story must begin.
So, now that Valjean wants to break his parole and turn his life around, I'm sure a good chunk of the movie is going to be showing the process of his transformation from outcast fugitive to an everyday balanced citizen of France.
Actually, he's the mayor in the next scene.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, 8 years go by and he's mayor.
No. Nobody just goes from runaway fugitive to being the mayor of an entire town.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around.
You're missing the point. The transformation could have been a movie all in of itself. And instead, the movie just sneezes it at us. I mean, look at all these people suffering. Dead bodies, children starving. Why doesn't somebody just say, come on, you lazy bastards, be mayor? You like stealing bread out of other people's mouths? That's politics in a nutshell.
Well, maybe he's getting help from this sister that he mentioned earlier, who's not really in the film at all.
Or her child.
Or her child, and he or she grew up to become president, or whatever, you know, that's how you do. French people have presidents.
So Javert, having transformed into Maximus Bonaparte, distracts Valjean's attention when he tries to settle a factory dispute.
Deal with this foreman. I might have known the cat had claws. I might have guessed your little secret.
This results in the factory worker Fantine, played by Anne Hathaway, being tossed out, while Valjean is congratulated by Javert for not being recognized by him.
It seems to me we may have met.
Your face is not a face I would forget.
Way to bring in that Broadway training there, Hugh.
Forget.
So Fantine goes into the cruel, cruel world, selling her hair, her teeth, and ultimately herself so she can support her child.
Why? Hasn't she heard? She can be mayor in a jump cut. Hell, by the time this movie is over, she'll probably be the Queen of France.
Next to Valjean's niece or nephew president.
Put a sock in it.
Okay.
This leads to the big I Dreamed a Dream performance, and
It's fantastic. It's all done in one shot. It keeps the intimacy close, and Hathaway's voice and performance knocks it out of the park.
The choice of moving this scene to after she becomes a prostitute and not just after she loses her job makes the moment all the more heartbreaking as well.
It carries shades of Falconetti as Joan of Arc. If the rest of the film were this passionate, we would not be doing this review.
In fact, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who wasn't blown away by this scene. Who the hell?
I'll get it.
How dare you do a musical review without me? The world has to hear my angelic voice.
Ah, jeez.
Don't you want to hear what I really thought about Anne Hathaway's performance?
It's not that, it's just... we already have enough reviewers. Kyle, deal with it.
I might have known the cat had claws, I might have known the bitch could bite, I might have guessed your singing secrets.
Okay, if you're going to insult me, don't do it in song.
Fine, I'll just say it's my turn to shine and shut the door on you.
Think he'll be okay?
Oh, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get over it.
I dreamed I'd be in this review. I was barely in the Moulin Rouge one. I dreamed they'd give me stuff to do, unlike Paul Dugan's Muppet Scrooge one. I'd critique Anne Hathaway. Got people freaked for her performance. She banged the whole thing in one take, like that's some impressive feat. Broadway actors do that nightly. I dreamed of even...
I was grabbing my iPod.
I'm not trying to do a one-take
You're doing like a...
here. I dreamed a perfect Les Mis film, where Russell Crowe sung smooth and groovy. I dreamt the singers weren't so shrill, but then woke up and watched this movie.
Sorry, I just kind of forgot my eyes.
I dreamt I'd be in the seats. I dreamt the singers. I dream life has strung me up. I dream.
Here's your hat.
Get in the corner!
Sorry, alright?
So Valjean comes across Fantine, looking radiant in her Smeagol makeup, and feels guilty because he let his foreman throw her out.
Yes, you were there and turned aside.
Yeah, how dare you left a situation you knew nothing about and then asked a guy to do the job he was required to do?
Nevertheless, Valjean does feel guilty and takes her to the hospital, where she tells him that she has a child who needs to be taken care of in case she dies. And then she dies.
Boy, wasn't that good timing.
What's not good timing is that Javert discovers Valjean after he's confessed his true identity.
Why did he do that?
Well, because another man was confused for him, and so coincidentally being brought to the court on the same day, so that Valjean revealed himself in the courtroom as if Javert wasn't there, so the judge for some reason let him leave to go to the hospital where Javert called up later.
Oh, that old story. But Valjean escapes and vows to look after her daughter Cosette, who lives with Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter.
Why didn't you use their character names?
Because it's Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter. That's who they always play.